Hey guys, welcome to the Heart of David. Hope you guys are doing well today. Jesus Christ is coming, and he's coming really soon. How do I know that? And guys, pardon me because my back is still crushing me, so I'm not well in these videos. So I've made quite a few videos in the past month, maybe longer than a month, all about different signs and things that are going on in society. And I mean, I've been doing that type of thing for some time now. I mean, there was a space and time where I stopped doing those types of videos. But when you see evil people sticking their neck up, and what I mean by that is the evil kings of the earth, the people who have all the money, the people who have all the power, they own all the companies. I do believe it's them who are causing all these different problems in our society. And it's like Psalm 83, right? Listen, I don't know if that's a war. I have no idea. But what is apparent to me is that the kings of the earth have set themselves against God. You know, I only learned of the end of Revelation 13, what it truly is, and I do believe that it's not going to change. When you try to point out to another Christian, okay, you know, is it even a born-again Christian? You have to be born again to enter the kingdom of God, okay? You're going to have to learn what that means. You're going to have to become like a child again towards God. When I read the end of Revelation 16, knowing that it's going to be three prerequisites in there, a name, a number, and a mark. And when I look in society and I see what's happening, and I see all the nations of the earth, they all have a leader that seems to be higher than the people when they should be serving the people. When did that happen? I saw a video last night. I'll talk about Revelation 13 Mark in a second, and you already know what it is if you watch my videos. Oh man, I'm lost in thought. It's my back. This is really what it's doing. Do you know how hard it is to do a video like this? I wanted to do one so bad, but I fell off my bike and freaking back. Frustrating to say the least. In any case, yes. I was watching a video at the end of the night last night, and it was a priest. There was a priest talking about, do I believe priests are saved? Most of them probably not. It's unfortunate, but I do believe some are. If they're putting their faith in Mary, they're in trouble. I too was in that position once. In any case, you know, he's got the rest right. He's saying that since COVID, our society is so much more demonic. People are different. when they had everyone, the streets turned silent. I remember, I'm like, there's hardly a car on the highway. All of a sudden people are, not me because I live alone, but poor people who are all of a sudden trapped with each other and set themselves against each other in many different ways. Alcoholism went up, deaths went up, and I don't mean by what I mean by probably by being like having a sedentary lifestyle, the stress, the anger, the drugs, the alcohol. I can tell you something, that in my building, in the trash area, a lot of alcohol bottles started to build up, and I knew because I collected them for other people. I'm helping, like when I see a bottle, since they're worth, I forget, a bottle's like 20 cents. There's a guy who does it for charity, and I get the bottles for him in any case. If I see them, they built up. They really, really built up. That's what I'm trying to express. That's how I know. A lot of bad stuff came out of it. And I know personally because I started my pure beeswax candle business, okay? I started that before the virus began. People were buying, and then all of a sudden, because people not working, people started losing money, companies going down, stuff like that. It was only after that I was actually walking door to door to try to sell some of those candles, and I can tell you, I started to do that when at the tail end of it. Do you know that all of a sudden you could not go where I live? It was, I think they made it illegal to go door to door to sell things. In any case, certain things. I would go to, there were doors I came to and people said, "Why are you coming to my door? You're not supposed to come to my door." I'm like, this is the way it's always been. Not only that, but the attitude of people they're irritable and on edge, and there were certainly people. I went to thousands. I've been to thousands of doors, man, and they're on edge and just ready to blow up. So, in any case, if I were you, I would stop listening to what they're telling you about where it came from and all that type of stuff, because I'm sure you know where it did. Whether this video gets taken down for that, I don't care. Right? Let's talk about the mark of the beast. Seriously, let's talk about the mark of the beast. This would be an unthinkable topic 4 years ago in this capacity. Like, I know what it is, right? See, David claims to know what the mark of the beast is, and I don't think it's gonna, I don't think there's room for it to be anything else. So for all these years, right, these are just signs that Jesus Christ is coming, and that's a good thing. A lot of people say a lot of different things about the mark of the beast. Like, I've heard I've heard their analogies of all types of things. Like, they'll force, you and I have to resist the mark of the beast. And a lot of people don't think they'll ever have to face it because they're a born-again Christian. And maybe that's so. And I remember the Seventh-day Adventists saying, well, what if, it's forced worship? It's worship. They say that it's the frontlets between the eyes, and this stands for this, and this, your hand stands for action. The frontal part of your brain, stands for your decision-making capability. And that makes sense. But, because they would say, because anyone can just put a dart in you, put a taser you, handcuff you, overwhelm you by force, and give you the mark. But maybe even if they try to give you the mark, by you saying no, there'll be something special in that, God knows. In any case, look at the times we're in. You just have to look over and see what's happening in the Middle East, let alone the rest of the world. There's so many countries about to go to war. I'm talking like looking like Revelation is coming very quickly. All Europe is getting ready for war. Britain, Germany, France, they're all getting ready for war. Poland, Russia, they're all getting ready to fight one another. Can you remember when, I'm going to get to the mark of the beast, can you remember when Trump said he's going to take Greenland? Do you know that they started putting troops, and Europe was going to send troops against Trump? And I don't know what the entire plan behind all of this is. You never know. So all of a sudden I see that, of all things, Neuralink, which looks really invasive, which looks, without even knowing what I'm going to say next, that it could be the mark of the beast, because it changes. You put it in and it can control you. Not only that, but they're trying to build God with it. Do you know China has the same thing? They have the same type of software. They steal a lot of secrets. But in any case, they're far advanced too. So if someone can look at something and it does what they ask it to do, like a person who's paralyzed, like on a computer or whatever, they've done truly amazing things. And they already understand that they're going to be able to download, just like the movies have showed us. What was it? Limitless? And what's the other one with? Anyways, there's been movies that show that, if you download all these things in your mind, you become like a god, right? And it reminds me of in Revelation where they say they're not going to be able to die when the scorpions come and sting for 5 months. Because is it possible that people will have become gods because of the mark of the beast? Will it make them like eternal life? Jesus said it'll be like the days of Noah. There's many different interpretations of what the days of Noah will be like, and it will be probably all of them. But he's coming because of transhumanism, because they're trying to change genetics. It's hard for a lot of believers to delve into those topics, but the reality is it's right in our face. So Revelation 13, I'll talk about this, and then I'll talk about AI, which is going to take over everything. It already has taken over quite a bit already. You just have to go to a grocery store. Every country is different. Some has a lot more than others. Let me pace here for a second. Give me a sec. I just wanted to say, for people who have been watching me, ever since I've been making videos, Christian videos, which is about 2 years. On my channel, you can see the oldest video is about a year. It's because I erased about a year's worth of stuff. And the reason I did that is because I was lying to you. No. It was because I was talking about, when I was trying to do news reports about all things that were going around in the world, and I just wanted to stop doing that. And that's when I believed in the pre-trib rapture. So, in any case, after I saw a video which I posted to you of a UFC fighter with on the Valuetainment show, Patrick Bet-David, and he was saying, in Greek gematria, he said Elon Musk is, I believe he's a false prophet. He says, I have good discernment. I don't believe he's incorrect. So as a UFC fighter, Bryce Mitchell, on the Valuetainment, you can look back at my videos, and he said that, and I thought, hey, I've never actually put that in Greek gematria before, so I'm going to do it myself. I'm not just going to trust him. So I put it in, and there it is, 666. Revelation 13, right at the end, right at the last paragraph. Isn't it funny that it comes from Elon Musk of all people, who was dark MAGA, which MAGA in the Church of Satan, go to the churchofsatan.com, churchofsatan.com. Don't worry, you're not going to get cursed for it if you're truly reborn. Go under affiliates, and when you look under affiliates, go to the degrees in the Church of Satan. You have your first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. The fifth is the high priest or priestess. That's the highest position, and it's called MAGA. People are say that's just a coincidence. I don't think so. And he says, I am dark MAGA, and all of a sudden now he's wearing all dark clothes and he's wearing that hat. Did you see him in the presidential office the other day answering questions with his son and Trump about trying to get into your money systems? He was wearing that dark MAGA hat in all black. He will exercise. This has never happened in presidential history. And if it is, please point it out to me. The first time in presidential history that someone has been the equal of the president, Elon Musk. Now go to Revelation. He shall exercise all the authority of the first beast, and he shall make an image that it should both speak and tell those, who would not, to receive a mark in their hand or their forehead, calculate the number of the beast. It's going to be Donald Trump. Who knows exactly what it's going to be, but it's Neuralink. Go to Neuralink. Isn't that a coincidence? So think of this. I already suspect that the beast, first beast, Antichrist, is Donald Trump. And all of a sudden Elon Musk comes on the scene. He was already all through the news. And when you look through the news cycles, there are probably over 1 billion stories since they became popular. Half of the news stories have their face in it. He exercises all the authority. He's letting him do anything he wants. I'm going to point this out to you. So there's the mark of the beast. Do you think God wants us to be fooled? Why would he leave that at 666? So what other mark is 666 that comes out in that perfection? Now there are other 666, but they're not associated with something that's so obvious. The man who seems to speak against AI, but yet he's building it. We're going to summon the demon, put regulations on it, but he's going full speed ahead. It's the same with we're building electric, and he seems to speak against everything he's doing. They're hypocrites, and these are the worst of the world that we will ever see. Just give me a sec while I eat here. I gotta think of what I'm gonna say next. Now this World Economic Forum thing and all these different places, you know, like, why are the Saudis, people who we would never even pay attention to before, except for oil, suddenly right on the forefront of every... It's because they have oil money. They're in everything. They're trying to build this massive utopia. You know, like the line in their cities, building bigger and better, and Babel. With their oil money. They're trying to make their way away from oil because I don't believe the earth will ever run out of oil. I think God said it that way. In any case. And then they take our oil. They say, you know, we're low on oil. That's what they do to drive up prices. They pretend that. Just one country, just my country alone, Canada, could probably feed the world with oil, probably for 100 years, and still have the same amount. It's just so stupid. So the kings of the earth have stuck their heads up. They have these huge conferences. They all come in. I mean, if you and I as believers could see these people, could go to these conferences and then sit in the parking lot and watch all the private jets come in, we would be in awe. Not in awe like, wow, like, but in like, this is obvious. It's AI. Everyone's trying to get in it. This Stargate thing. They're all the countries understand. My country is a leader. Canada is. Maybe you don't know that, but they are. They're all investing massive amounts of money in this. You see the way it's going. It's going the way of Daniel. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. We're living in that time. Remember what happened with the Pharisees. They didn't know the time of their visitation. And because they didn't, as it says in Luke, and I just read that the other day because I'm going through the Gospels again. They didn't know, you know, Jesus weeps. He weeps for Jerusalem because they didn't know the time of their visitation. It was right in their face. I don't know what signs people are waiting for. They're being given to us over and over again. And you know what? I just like talking about it and saying that it's here. And I cannot be blamed for just talking about this and not about Jesus Christ. Off camera, it's all about Jesus Christ. It's how I live my life, or at least try to live my life to be more Christ-like. But it's coming. It's here. It's like, you know, we're every day, every hour is getting so much closer. Because I do believe that those two beasts are in office right now. It's not much longer. A lot of people, by the way, believe that tribulation has begun. Either at the time where Israel was attacked, or in 2024, what did they say, Feast of Trumpets? Those things, quite honestly, I don't know. I don't investigate. Unless I just happen to see a video that's truly convincing. God will show me important things that we all need to know. I believe. If you're born again, you will know at some point. Um, it's just uncanny to be in the age where, like, you see the way Donald Trump is? He thinks he's the king of the world. He thinks he can just order things and they get done in any country. I see what he's doing. He's putting pressure on people. He says, I'm going to do this, and then he holds off and he holds off and he waits for them to produce whatever it is he's bullying them about. And you know what? I do want to say this. Let me pace for a second. I'm backing up from something I said the other day in a video, but I was right to do that video. Give me a second. Is it with the King of Jordan? You know, peace and security, peace and prosperity. Peace. Peace, peace when there is no peace. Right? Book of Jeremiah. This is very tough. I can barely think, guys. On video, I showed you the King of Jordan with Donald Trump. And what Donald Trump wants to do is he wants to have someone right live on camera. They probably talk behind closed doors. Listen, I don't know the deals that they have with each other. And for the normal, everyday person of the earth, how are we supposed to know? It's all a game, guys. It really is. We don't know what the elites know, and that's okay. We see the signs. We are smarter than them in the spirit, and so that's okay. We laugh at them. But if it was real, the King of Jordan, right on camera, because I saw the Muslim world talking about it afterwards, and I was convinced by what they said. They're like, that's really not what the King of Jordan, he's like, remember the King of Jordan says, I see the finish line. It seems like he was agreeing with Trump, like we should do all this about the Gaza plan and make peace. He said peace and prosperity in those very words. And apparently that's not really what he agreed to. It was just because it was on video. And the reality is, it's tough to look at it this way, isn't it, and say, what is set up and what isn't? Because they have all these elite meetings multiple times per year, so we don't know. The Muslim world, 400 million people just in that region. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Look in my eyes. The whole Muslim world will come down upon that area if they just take Gaza. The only other way, it would be a miracle if they said, okay, let's just make peace. That'd be a miracle, right? But if things are not set up by the elites, you're looking at the whole Muslim world about to go into a world war, at least in that region. The rest of the world, like NATO and at least in that part of Europe, are getting ready to fight like China and Russia. You might hear these things every day and they might be a repeating gong, but the reality is, what are you going to do when they finally happen? You got to be ready. You got to be ready. Have faith in Christ. I don't know what's all the things that are going to happen. When they say peace and safety, sudden destruction, I got to admit, and there's a lot of people that think they understand exactly what's going to happen, but no one. The things that you and I might go through, I don't know. Those are the things that, I'm not worried about those, but I still think about them, of course. In any case, I think the signs are beautiful to see. What more could we ask for? Remember, many of the prophets and kings would have died to see this type of stuff. They searched the scriptures daily to look for signs of the end. So here we are. The good thing is that we know who we belong to. A lot of people think they'll never have to say, you know, you'll be beaten in a synagogue, which is like not a real synagogue, which is, you know, what will they do to us? You know, they can beat the body, right? But Jesus tells us to fear those who can put you in hell. In any case, if you have faith in God, you are saved. But I'm saying you never know what we're going to face. Be ready for it. Be ready. Anyways, guys, God bless. All it means is that Jesus is coming soon. And but I saw something yesterday for the first time that there's this, the chances have gone up from 1.2% to like 2.5% that in 2032 an asteroid will hit Earth. It's only, well, I mean, it's not a planet destroyer. It's a city destroyer anyways. Just makes you think, does it mean anything? Does it have to do with the book of Revelation? Anyways, there's a lot about it. And it also seems that there's so many there's a lot of signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. Guys, if you believe in Jesus, if you have faith and you're born again, you don't have anything to worry about.